Now at 10, Shasta Power pulls the plug on a solar farm project. Plus, a piece of George Washington Carver's history emerges from decades of hiding. And McDonald County students celebrate America's 250th birthday with competitive summer activities.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A weather alert day has been issued for tomorrow with the chance of severe storms, hail, high winds, and heavy rain. This is KOAM News. I'm Blake Gully. Let's go straight over to the Skywatch Weather Center to meteorologist Donald O'Keefe with the latest.
Yeah, we had a nice break from the severe weather for us today, but we are going to start to see some unsettling weather as we get into tonight and tomorrow. For tonight, there is a very low chance for some severe storms. There is a marginal risk or a 1 out of 5 chance for tonight into the overnight. But if you're planning out your evening, it's still going to be a bit nice out there. 70 degrees, an isolated storm or two is possible with those winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. But taking a look at what you need to know, some showers and some weaker storms are possible tonight, but we do have that alert day for Saturday due to the increase in chances of severe weather. And then we're going to have below average temperatures on Sunday as well. And congratulations is in order for Blake Goley, our new weekend acres. So I'm going to send it back to you, Blake, for the rest.
Great, and thanks, Donald. And I want to also say thank you to our viewers. It's truly the privilege of a lifetime to come into your homes each weekend and bring the news of the day. I'm committed to growing in this role and continuing to tell the community-driven stories that matter the most to the 4 states. I'm honored to be here, and I look forward to serving you each weekend. A proposed $500 million solar project in Crawford County is no longer moving forward. Shasta Power announced it is terminating plans for its solar farm and battery storage project after 4 years of development. The company says the project would have brought in an estimated $500 million in investment, $77 million in county tax revenue, and millions more in payments to neighbors and local entities over the next 3 decades. Shasta blames the decision on what it calls a lack of support from the Crawford County Commission and Zoning Board, saying the regulatory process created no clear path forward. The project faced years of debate, with supporters citing economic benefits and opponents raising concerns about transparency, land use, and the county's lack of updated solar regulations. Authorities in Vernon County, Missouri, turned to the public for information regarding an assault that left the victim in serious condition. The incident happened yesterday around 4 in the afternoon at the Fairgrounds Show Pavilion. Investigators are looking for more information about a blue car or possibly blue truck in the area around the time of the assault. Anyone with information concerning the vehicle or the incident should contact the Vernon County Sheriff's Office. Southwest Missouri holds a secret piece of American history. In Neosho, the schoolhouse where George Washington Carver studied now gets new life thanks to dedicated volunteers. KOAM's Nellie Lopez gives us a closer look at why this restoration is bringing this piece of history back to life.
And then they outgrew it. It was much
I was in this area in Missouri, in this area looking for colored schools or Rosenwald schools, and I saw this school listed as a Rosenwald school, and I found out through Michelle that it's not a Rosenwald school, but it is a school that George Washington Carver actually went to.
That discovery led Isley to a small historic schoolhouse just miles from the George Washington Carver National Monument, and it's now being brought back to life.
Try to finish up the restoration of the Neosho schoolhouse that was built for the African American community after the Civil War. Carver was unable to go to his local schoolhouse just down from the farm, which is the National Monument.
When the schoolhouse operation moved out, the schoolhouse turned into private residence, and throughout the years, it got covered up with newer structures. And it took some investigating before the schoolhouse was found.
Investigating the house and realized that the original structure still remained underneath this other conglomeration of home parts. Then the property was given to the Carver Birthplace Association in hopes of getting it restored.
For the association, it's about more than construction. It's about preserving a story that could have been lost. And Isley says seeing that dedication firsthand is what makes this site so meaningful.
Rosenwald and people like Michelle here who's trying to keep the legacy alive, just people who are trying to keep that going and letting people know that there is a lot of pride they can take from the past and to carry that on into the future.
In Neosho, Missouri, Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
The restoration will include bringing the inside to its original state. The project is expected to be completed by this fall. Missouri State Senator Jill Carter and House Representative Kathy Jolo spoke to the Carthage Chamber of Commerce today about the Missouri legislative session. Governor Mike Kehoe signed more bills than any previous session. Carter says she's most proud of criminal justice reform and child online safety measures.
I want those conversations to happen to where you understand the reality of what goes on up there and what we can do to try to fix some of the pressure points that we're all feeling.
The senator says more dialogue is needed when it comes to issues like data center projects. Attention is now turning to Missouri Amendment 5, which would eliminate state income tax if voters approve it in August. Both officials are planning more speaking engagements throughout the summer. The Justice Department has approved Paramount Skydance to take over Warner Brothers Discovery. This would include the Warner Brothers movie studio, HBO, CNN, and other assets. The merger will face potential lawsuits by a coalition of state attorney generals who argue the Trump administration is failing to enforce antitrust law. The United Kingdom and the European Union are also reviewing whether the deal could harm competition. The deal is bankrolled by President Trump's ally, Larry Ellison, the billionaire co-founder of Oracle. His son, David Ellison, became the CEO of Paramount through a merger last year. Coming up, summer school becomes a patriotic competition at a McDonald County high school. Plus, engines are roaring as high-speed boats race across Grand Lake in Grove. Summer school students at a McDonald County high school participated in a series of competitive activities centered around America's 250th birthday. Students celebrated history and country through a quiz bowl competition, team fitness activities, and a national park chalk art contest. Other events allowed students to showcase their interests and knowledge by working together in teams.
It's America 250, we wanted to do something specifically for that. So we try to do something each summer that's fun around an event that's happening in the summer. And gosh, America's 250, what's a better event than that?
Yes, awards were given out to first, second, and third place winners per event. The winning team also was treated to popsicles at the end of the day. The roaring the engines as the hydro boats race across Wolf Creek. Tolls in the Grand is starting this weekend. Racers are testing the waters and checking their engines to see if they can squeeze out a little bit of more speed. Food trucks and vendors are set up at the Wolf Creek Event Center. This festival is a way to showcase the Grove community.
Getting to meet, we've got vendors that's just from all over, out of state, in state, and just getting to talk about Grove, getting to talk about all the great things that are going on in our community, being able to live here and work here and being able to share that with people from outside of our community. I think that's what I enjoy the most, and just everybody getting to have that experience that we get to have every single day of living here.
There will be live music, so they're encouraging everyone to bring their lawn chairs. Volunteers gathered at Cedar Hill Cemetery in Carthage to help preserve one of the city's oldest historic sites. Around 40 volunteers from organizations including Schreiber Foods and Carthage Water and Electric pitched in to help with leveling, cleaning, and repairing headstones throughout the cemetery. Organizers say Cedar Hill is a significant piece of local history with volunteers with veterans from every major U.S. war buried on the grounds. Summer is a time for road trips, but one filmmaker set out to catalog an extremely unique odyssey with her dad and two baby cows. The photojournalist introduced us to this father-daughter duo and checks in with Mickey and Moose at the Fairland Farm Sanctuary they call home.
Are you ready? Yep, we're ready.
Cow Trip is the story of a huge-hearted farmer who decided to save one of her boy calves, but they needed some help to transport that calf from Vermont to Maryland, and so my dad and I volunteered to drive 600 miles with what ultimately became 2 cabs in the backseat of the car.
Some of the challenges along the way, we had to feed the animals, stop and make the milk from concentrate.
Cows need to give birth in order to produce milk, and once they've given birth, the baby is usually separated from the mom so that we can take that milk. For the boys, because they can't produce milk, the boys are usually sent to become beef or sometimes veal. And we knew that Aileen wanted to send this boy down to Rosie's Farm Sanctuary in Maryland.
Rosie's Farm Sanctuary is a farmed animal sanctuary where we rescue animals that would have been bound for slaughter, they would have been abused, and they live the entirety of their lives out here.
I know.
The 2 male cows that are in the film are Mickey and Moose. Mickey was rescued, I think he was about 5 days old. And then there's Moose, came from a different farm.
How you doing?
I saw Mickey being born, and now 4 years later, seeing him fully grown is, it's very emotional.
These animals are all sentient beings. They have feelings, they have hopes, they have dreams, really distinct personalities.
A little later, thousands of hot rod enthusiasts cruise into Carthage for the Route 66 Power Tour.
And an unsettling weather pattern moves in tonight into tomorrow. We do have storms for Saturday. I'll break that all down coming up.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
After a nice break from severe weather today, we're going to have an unsettling pattern move in tonight, even into tomorrow. We have a chance for strong to severe storms Saturday evening into the overnight. So we do have an alert day for Saturday. The timing is going to be at the earliest 6 p.m. until midnight for those storms across the entire 4 states. We're going to have large to very large hail, 80-mile-an-hour winds, and isolated tornadoes are possible with any of these storms. Let's start breaking it down. The Storm Prediction Center does have a 3 out of 5 risk for the entire 4 states tomorrow for this threat. Now, another factor is that we have higher amounts of storm energy. This is the energy in the atmosphere that storms can tap into to become strong to severe. This is Saturday afternoon. You can see those darker purples. That indicates higher amounts of energy in the atmosphere. As we go through Saturday night, it will begin to weaken. We'll see better conditions and calmer conditions as we get into Sunday, but still the energy is going to be on the higher side for Saturday afternoon. So let's start timing this out. Here's the noon hour on Saturday. Relatively sunny skies, just maybe an isolated shower out there, but relatively dry with those temperatures in the upper 80s by that noon hour. As we get to about 4 o'clock, again, just a few scattered showers out there, but relatively sunny and dry. Those temperatures in the low to even mid 90s by that 4 o'clock hour for Saturday. We're going to see that complex of storms move into our northern counties by about that 7 to 8 o'clock hour. They're going to continue to make their way to the southeast. This is when they're going to possibly be strong to severe as well. They're going to make their way into the metro by about that 8, 9, and at the latest about 10 o'clock. So we're talking about Stockton, Lamar, Pittsburgh, Parsons, Joplin, about that 8 to 10 hour window for tomorrow night. As you get to about midnight, it continues to make its way to the southeast. It will begin its weakening trend, so the severe threat will diminish the longer we get into tomorrow night. But still, in our southwestern Missouri counties, we can still see some lingering showers and even some strong to even severe thunderstorms as well. As you get to about early Sunday morning, some lingering showers and some weakened thunderstorms could be behind that system, and that continues even into Sunday morning as well. But a cold front is going to start making its way into the region Sunday morning. That allows us to have cooler temperatures as we get into Sunday. But taking a look at a shot from earlier, the indigo sky, Casino Resort Cam, not a bad evening. A beautiful sunset out there. Temperatures on the milder side for this time of year, but we can't rule out that there could be a pop-up shower, even a weak thunderstorm that could go low-grade severe tonight. The Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk or a 1 out of 5 chance for that tonight, mostly in our southeastern Kansas counties and also on the Missouri side for tonight. So we can't rule out there couldn't be a pop-up shower or even a low-grade severe storm. If anything does fire up, we can see hail up to about a quarter size, which is an inch, and winds up to 60 miles an hour. Let's start timing out the rest of tonight into tomorrow. We're going to see some clouds build in, and as we get into tomorrow morning, we're going to start to see a lot of rain push into the region, so flash flooding is going to be a concern for our Saturday morning. Make sure if you see a flooded roadway, turn around, don't drown. And then we're going to see those sunny skies return as we get into the noon hour. So looking at tonight, low of 70 degrees, an isolated storm or two is possible, but we're going to see that threat increase as we get into tomorrow afternoon. So we do have that alert day for Saturday. Start prepping for those severe storms now, Blake, but we have something to look forward to. We have cooler temperatures as we get into Sunday and even Monday.
And you know I'm always looking past that alert day to get to those cooler temperatures.
Me too.
Yes, thanks, Donald. Still ahead, the Griffins take to the diamond against the A's. And the United States had their first World Cup game tonight. Zach Patrick has those stories and more coming up next in sports.
Fans head over to the Griffins. Barrett, Natarana.
Thousands of classic car enthusiasts made a stop in Joplin as the Hot Rod Power Tour rolled through Route 66 country. Organizers estimate between 5,000 to 7,000 people visited the event, which was hosted at the LO Fiber parking lot alongside the World Street Painting Festival. The tour featured a wide variety of vehicles ranging from early 1900 models to modern day custom builds.
The centennial for it, I knew it would be huge, and being smack dab on Route 66, this just seemed like the perfect fit to partner with Visit Joplin and the World Street Painting Festival. So, I mean, Route 66 being a huge deal, I don't think that'll ever stop.
Yes, the tour concluded today in Tulsa. Now, we want to be alert because we have some weather coming up for tomorrow.
Yes, we do. We do have an alert day for Saturday. We can have some strong to severe storms pushing in the evening through the overnight, so just start being prepped for that now. But we can see cooler temperatures as well on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that too.
Oh, you know I'm looking forward to those cooler temperatures. And what's coming up with sports?
Well, weather permitting, the Joplin Jailbirds get back on the diamond tomorrow, although, you know, the weather might mess that up. And, of course, the World Cup continues to roll on.
Yes, and everyone's excited about the World Cup. And thanks for watching. That's the news for tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.